Hi guys, this is Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV and welcome to part 7 of my Lower League to Champions League challenge on FM14 with Dover Athletic. So it's been a day or two since I've looked at things, so let's have a quick run through and see where we're at. Got a game coming up against Whitehawk in 2 days time, so we've got that up and coming. Let's have a quick glance at the table while we're here. So we can see that after 3 games played, Dover's sitting fairly pretty comfortably in the playoff spots, which is our ambition for the season. Only managed to pick up a point against Ebbsfleet, but we were suffering with an injured or a team struggling for fitness during the early part of the season. So fairly pleased with that result all in all. And we've got plenty of work still to go though, with only 3 games played. Taking on Whitehawk, who are sitting round about mid-table. Let's have a little look at the squad, just as a bit of a heads up and a reminder. So, on appearances, we've got Mitch Walker, arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the league in real life. Maybe not quite as strong in the game, but still 4 stars, very good player for us. And the surprise is goal machine Elliot Charles come off the bench against Ebbsfleet when we were 2-0 down and banged in a brace to earn us that point. So maybe not having the same success, or maybe having more success in the game than his real life counterpart, shall we say. Other players just of note, we have got Alex Cerdera, our Brazilian journeyman player, who's been filling in midfield in the centre recently, but also fairly useful up front. He's a striker by trade. And we've got Ricky Modestu to come back, serving 1 more domestic league ban. I think that had something to do with a bit of a scrap he got in at the end of the previous season, I think someone told me. So there's a problem we got there. And also coming back for the Whitehawk game is new signing at centre-back Teddy Ngoy, who is going to be partnering the absolute monster at the back that is Terrell Forbes with his 500 plus league appearances. So all in all, I'm fairly happy with the Dover team we got here. Managed to strengthen in a few areas, and all in all, I'm fairly comfortable moving forward. So let's push on for the time being and get ourselves to this game against Whitehawk, which is in a couple of days' time. And just as a heads up, haven't got any major injury worries as such at this stage, as we're only a few games in. Not got any transfers on the go either. As I said, I was pretty happy with the squad we got. Missed out on 1 or 2 players I would have liked to have brought in just to strengthen the squad and give us a bit of backup in a few positions. But I don't think it'll cost me too badly. And worst case scenario, if there are any gaps, we can keep an eye on the market, see who's available, maybe pick up someone on loan, we shall see. So we are going to get ready for this game as we take on Whitehawk. So you might have seen me do this. It's a little bit lazy, but I tend to just throw in a quick pick and then have a look at the lineup and make sure I'm happy. So we've got Adam Oda playing on the left, not comfortable there at all in the position, as you can see by the red colour. You might be able to see that or might not. Also got Ricardo Santos filling in at left back, and that's not much of a position for him. And if we just have a quick look at his stats, he's only 2 stars so far. Got a bit of potential moving on, but let's just say I wouldn't mind having a slightly stronger team out than this. I guess the main reason is due to fitness. Yeah, it is. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can do about this, because we're talking about a semi-professional club with players that train part-time 2-3 times a week, so their fitness isn't going to be at the same level. There's just no way to avoid it. So it looks like we've got plenty of rotation going on here. The only player that we've got to worry about is Ashley Carew, and I haven't really got any other choices for someone else to put in that's in better shape than he is. So I think I might just have to rock with this and see how it goes. Still got Terrell Forbes at the back, Kumar at right back. He's rated 6.2, but he had a half decent game last time out as far as I remember, even if the stats didn't show it. I think I'd be worried, but against this opposition, I think we might be fine. got Sedera and Craig Stone I can bring on off the bench as well. I think I'm going to rock this and see how we get on. As I mentioned maybe a couple of minutes ago, as Chris Kinnear Jr. takes the captain's armband, we really are scraping the bottom of the barrel here. And no offence to the lad or anything, I didn't quite mean it to come out like that. But maybe going forward, I'm going to have to start thinking about building a little more squad depth as the season goes on. Of course, being non-leagues, we can go and pick up players as and when we like, which is one advantage you get. We've not got transfer windows to mess around with. So I might start having a bit of a hunt. Could have that for maybe the next episode. I'll go and work out if there's any areas where we can maybe not strengthen the first team, but at least have a few options to rotate in if fitness is going to be as big an issue as it seems to be here. So plenty of things to think about. Over the last couple of games, I've complained that if you start in the very bottom echelons of the Football League, it's just too easy. You can go and dump your whole squad, release them for naff all money, and just go and pick up a whole new squad, get the best players available in free agency, and then smash your way through. Far too easy for Bradley Jordan as he goes and waltzes his way through my... I'd like to say my subpar defence, but it isn't really. You got Kamara, who's a good strong prospect at right back, and the fairly experienced Richard Orlu, and Moses Ademola cuts inside and bangs that one top corner. Interesting for him, he's played up front in at least one of the games that we've gone through so far, and his shooting was one element that really let him down. But as we see here on the replay, nice crisp finish. Keeper gets a hand on it, but he's a bit limp-wristed and that one goes straight into the back of the net. So, going alright with 20 minutes played. Going to be trying to turn the screw and get that other goal. Of course, in the last game we watched, I think, as a crunching tackle from Chris Kinnear and Elder smacks that first time towards bottom corner. We did let the first goal in and then went and managed to put 5 past them. So if we can achieve the same sort of thing again, then I am not going to complain too much. Ricardo Santos just had a message come up that he's not having the game of his career. Well, that's fairly expected, I would think, since he's not playing in his strongest position and still has a lot of development as a player to go through. And Jake Robinson goes in at the far post, completely unmarked, and puts that in. So clearly we've got some defensive frailties here with our makeshift team that we're going to have to iron out very quickly. And I think I'm going to have to do some more strengthening sooner rather than later. So Mitch Walker very kindly dumps the ball in the centre spot, and we are virtually at half time now. Final minute of injury time. Nathan Elder clean through, got to finish that, and gives it a good strike, but the keeper comes out nice and quickly. Wouldn't mind a goal before half time here, bring it even, but a ball like that isn't going to do the job. Just met about 15 red shirts, so quite willing to get that out. So we should give, or we should tell the team the performance has not been good enough. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. And last time we did this, we got a very good reaction. Fair amount of green in the mix. And of course, last time it pushed us on to score 5 goals in the second half and win the game. So a similar performance would be great if we can manage it. Have a little look, and Ricardo Santos is just slipping further and further. But by the same token, I don't think there's a lot we can do about it. So let's have a look. Have I got any options I can throw in? But then Kamara's not having the best game either. I'll throw Craig Stone in. Sort of out of desperation, if nothing else, just to make sure we don't leak any more goals in this game. Try and keep us in it long enough to be able to... He says that, and we go 3-1 down. So clearly this squad rotation thing isn't working that well. At least this is a learning experience, and as Dover fans in real life will attest, their team aren't always firing on all cylinders when they play. So at least this game is being fairly realistic with us. as much as I'd love to be smashing through this thing, top of the league, winning every game, football just doesn't seem to work out that way, does it? Nice chance for Adamola to run through, takes it most of the way up the pitch, and he does slot in, so that's his second. And interestingly, Adamola and Elliot Charles seem to be finding their feet up front for Dover, putting some balls in the back of the net. So pressing, and Sean Raggett, young centre-back, playing in central midfield due to our injury worries, being very ambitious with that attempt. Just going to throw our Brazilian superstar on for the last minute or two. Give Ashley Crew a little bit of a breather. I know that's not going to do any good now. But draw is still on here, apart from that hospital pass from Elder, which just ends with the ball being thumped into Rose Ed. I think we can all but write this game off. Last attack of the game. Top ball over the top. Nearly. That's fairly creative, actually. I was impressed by that. At least by Dover non-league standards. But it's not going to be enough to win this one, I don't think. Time's going to tick down for the final 30 seconds. Elder takes a bit of a dive, but manages to win us a free kick out of it. Last chance of the game. Ball gets pinged in, driven in hard and low. Maybe we should have just floated it and let one of the big men get on top of it. And of course we want to give the team a bit of a berating for that one. Sean Raggett got a bit demotivated, so I'll tell him he was unlucky, and that's turned him around and he feels motivated. And he was, to be honest, filling in midfield, which isn't his most comfortable position, and tried to make a few nice passes upfield, so I'm happy for the most part with his performance. And let's have a look at where that's left us in the table. Not too good, I wouldn't think, but of course very early days in this, so plenty of time for things to develop. Let's bring the table up really quickly, and down in 6th, so still only 3 points off the top. Really early stage of the season, we've still got a lot of work to do moving forward, and with any luck our next team out will be a little stronger, and we'll have players rested and back up towards full fitness, and we have got Ricky Modeste coming back in, who is one of the stronger players in the game and a good attacking force to have on the wing. So we'll be looking forward to that. Let's see who we have got coming up as our next fixture. We are taking on Hayes and Yedding at the Crabble, so that'll be coming for you in part 8. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and drop some comments in the bottom. Still early on with this, so any feedback you got that will help the series improve, then please feel free to let me know. I will be very happy to hear your thoughts.